What up, y'all? Today we're doing another VOD review. This game, I did not do so hot. I think I was healing and then I switched to Bucky last second to try to do something, which is probably an issue in itself. But the pick and bans are Strange, Storm, Wolverine, and Banner. Let's take a look. It looks like my whole team, like nobody did well. So let's dive in and let's see what happened and what can we learn from this loss. All right, so we're looking at the team comps here. So my team here, we have me, Iron Fist, Hela, Penny, Groot, and Loki, which, I mean, honestly, other than the Iron Fist, the team comp isn't too bad. Enemy team, they have Squirrel Girl, which is really good for maps with like tight choke points like this. Thor, Rocket, Luna, Groot, and Namor. So I think their team is okay as well. I think if they didn't have the Rocket, their team would be a lot stronger, but what are you gonna do? So it looks like we're fighting for control, and I can see Iron Fist up here looking to try to get something done. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I think Penny's traps got broken. I'm gonna try to focus more so on my gameplay too, at least when things start going wrong, because right now it looks like I'm pocketing the tanks mostly. Just trying to keep them up. Loki, I don't know what our Loki is doing. I got it. He's not using his clones. He's like running back and forth. That might be a part of the problem. She's like behind us the whole time, so we don't see her. She doesn't get the heal she needs because she's constantly behind us. So maybe as a healer, maybe I should try playing a little bit further back. I think that's an early observation. Iron Fist is in there fighting the Groot. Okay. He's half HP. We can't see him. Where did I go? Did I fade? Yeah, I'm over here. Iron Fist runs away. The Groot is chasing him, and I think he's being pocketed by Luna. So even though he's not helping directly, he is helping indirectly. Thor pushing into point. I have not seen Penny's traps. So let's just check her cooldowns. I'm just really curious about her cooldowns. Let's see. Okay, so it must have got destroyed, and she just threw it back out. So I don't think that was the best spot, probably behind you, but I mean, as long as she puts herself in front of it, I think that's ideal, because look how quickly it gets destroyed. I think she needed to try. I mean, it's hard right now, to be fair. They're pushing into the point. All right, Groot picks off the Thor. Wow, what happened back here? Where did their Groot? He must have followed the Iron Fist all the way through. Let me see. Let's watch this. Let's watch this. As a healer, there really is no way to know. Yeah, he just walked right up behind us and started fucking things up. I immediately turn around and see him. I fade to try to get out of there. I think I handled that correctly. Switch here. I'm like trying to keep myself alive. He copied me, popped the ult. Oh, we double ulted right there, didn't we? We double ulted. That's not good, because they haven't Luna'd. Yeah, they only have Luna. And she hasn't done hers yet. So, a little bit of a panic right there. Let me see my POV. Let me see my POV right there. So, what's happening? Let me watch. Oh, I think me almost dying to the squirrels is what triggered it. Let me see. I was at 80. I healed myself. Yeah. I think how did I go up from 80s? Let me see that. I'm at 81% bubble. And then I go co-op time at 85%. What? Okay. I don't know. Maybe in game the number was different. Maybe that's a visual bug. I think I panicked because I almost died to the scroll ult and I wanted to get my ult out on the point before I died. But had I relaxed, I would have seen them in front of me and I could have just walked forward and saved my ult right there. So that's a big mistake on my part. I feel like I usually die with my ultimate. Like the only time I ult is if someone's like ulting back. You know, like someone's like not Rocket, but like Groot. Which isn't the best example because he locks you in place, but like maybe like Penny or Iron Fist, I'll ult to cancel their ult, and if they're not ulting me, I'll die with it, but I think I've learned to just use it. Use it, it might save your teammates, it could change the trajectory of a fight. not using it could be, and me dying ultimately will end up with the rest of the team dying. You know what I mean? So I've been more proactive, I guess, with it. What's happening here? So we got a Luna pick, we got a Namor pick. Iron Fist is just like, I kind of want to observe the Iron Fist, but if I had to guess, he is just crazy deep in their back line, even though he's a tank buster now, and he's just getting clapped up. So I'm just kind of fast forwarding, but I'm watching the game. We're about to have I think a big exchange right here. Let's see, where am I? I'm still healing. I'm doing a good job healing.
I am ready to put on
Oh, did he already use his ult and I didn't hear it? Oh, he did. I just didn't hear it. All right, so I'm gonna fast forward a little bit here. Still healing. I'm in the back line. Healing. I'm kind of looking to the side because I see Hela over there. I'm trying to keep an eye on Hela. Like, I'm aware that she's there. Our group pushes up and drops his ult, and then he immediately gets frozen. Ooh, that feels bad. And Luna popped her ult anyway, so that wasn't going to work out. Nothing you can really do there. He just dies. I mean, I was healing him, and then they counter ult, and they're getting heals. And she damage boosted right there. She's like flicking between both. Yeah, that pretty much sealed the deal right there. The healing plus the Namor just kind of came in and just wiped us out. As a healer, I don't know what my options would have been right there. I'm at 50% ult charge, and when you get hit with Groot's ult, you can't use your ult anyway, can you? Other than, you can't fade either, so like, I think I was just dead right there. Whew. Yeah, I think it was unfortunate that Groot kind of got frozen out of his ult, so he wasn't able to get a pick or two right there. So I think the lesson learned right there is that if you're playing Groot, you know, watch for Luna's ball and, you know, like watch for a cooldown and wait for that to go off, because if you don't, well, then that's what could happen. You get frozen. So I'm pretty sure we just go to Luz's point, right? Yeah, we're all gone. All right, so I'm going to just fast forward to the next team fight here. All right, so at this point, our team is staggered after they captured the first point, and we were staggered. We all died. I just want to show y'all what this Iron Fist is doing. Bro, please just switch characters. He's 4-2, but he has 3 final hits. He has 1,000 damage, while the enemy team has 8,000 damage and 4,000 damage, 5 and 3 final hits. Our Hela has 0 kills, and we're halfway into the next point. That might be the issue.
Okay, admit it. You need me.
Sleepy. All right, so this is really the first team fight we've been together since they took the very first point, and we've been staggered pretty heavy. I will say Iron Fist just died and came back because he overextended. So right now, this is the situation. We're just healing. I keep noticing this reoccurring thing where, like, when we're playing against enemy Groots, we almost never have anyone on the team that can counter that. Like, we don't ever have the Squirrel Girl we need or the Punisher. And this wall is just in the way blocking heals for the Penny who's on the other side. We got rid of it, but it just takes time. You know, it's just something I noticed. Like, why don't people counter pick Groot as much? I popped my ult over here, and I don't know. This section disappeared, and I like end up walking out of it. I kind of wish I would have did it like more around the cart, because like their whole team is standing back there in it, but like they're not capitalizing on that. Like we are not capitalizing on that. So maybe ult from like the team back line and just move forward versus doing it where I did and pushing so far past into their back line, because I almost didn't make it back. Like, what am I doing right here? What am I doing? Let me see this. So it looks like I'm trying to make my way back, and I'm trying to like, nah, I should have kept going. I turned back. I don't know why I turned back, and then I think I realized I shouldn't have switched to cloak right there. I mean, I could have maybe, you know, my bubble was on cooldown. I don't know what I was thinking right there, but I should have kept walking forward for sure. That was something. And just observing, our team just seems mega unorganized. I see the Penny switch to Magneto, which is nice. We just lost Groot. I'm already dead on my way back. It seems like we're staggered a lot. I can say I appreciate that the team is making character changes. We also have a Moon Knight now, which I think will help. You know, but man, they're lighting us up with these ults. Loki just used his totems, I think, so he didn't have anything to keep us alive. And I feel like that keeps happening. Their Groot is just catching 3 or 4 people. Luna's right behind him with the damage boost or healing, and we're just donezo. Alright, so this is like the final stretch right here. Again, we're like mostly together. It seems like we're almost never a full 6. It's always like someone dies before the next person gets back. But this is the closest, and that makes sense because by map design, the final point, the enemy team or the defending team is spawning together, and it's easier to kind of like if the enemy team has momentum, then like this is the checkpoint. Like this is the zone where the game is built out to give the defending team a chance to actually hold if they've been staggered the whole game because of how quickly you respawn and how little you have to travel. So he copies my ultimate and he creates space with his ultimate. Moon Knight's at the back, probably should be a little bit higher. Thor is back there. Magneto is taking the point. I love that, like taking the charge, and he's like holding the line. Really like that. Loki, I don't know how Loki got over into that corner. He somehow made it out. Man, that hurts. He did that from downtown. So at this point, it's 4 versus 6. Magneto's trying to hold on. I do not have my ultimate. Do I have bubble right there? I just threw the bubble out. Let me see. I threw it down as soon as I saw the red, but it was just too late a response. Like he needed that way sooner, and maybe he would have survived, and maybe he could have bought more time. It's just me, so I'm gonna die here. Yep, staggered, and I feel like we're just gonna keep rushing out at this point because we have to, and we're staggered. So basically, round 1 ends, and my observations is there was one time where I ulted too deep into the enemy space, and my team wasn't getting the healing benefits of the ult. I was doing damage to the other team, but small chip damage, nothing to really halt them, nothing that benefited my team. So I think going in my ult in the future, I'll try to back up so that like my team at the front line will have it, and then I can maybe scoot for a little bit and then bring it back. I went like in a straight line. Other than that, we were just in a constant state of stagger where we were always down one person. And by the time that person got back, someone new would die. And the Groot ults were just devastating. We needed a shield. We didn't really have a way to stop the Groot ult from coming through. Magneto was there, but he's still, Magneto's a little bit different than Strange. I think we needed a Strange. So I think our team comp, we just needed a shield to block the Groot ult, or we needed a Punisher, something to put pressure on him, and we just didn't have that. All right, so the enemy team is the same. Our team, we are running a Hawkeye now. I am on DPS. We also have a Star-Lord on DPS. Squirrel Girl. So we have 4 DPS and we have 2 healers at this point. So the tanks, well, 1 tank went DPS and 1 healer went DPS, which was me. And you'll see here in a second, oh, he's already dead. Yeah. So this is reoccurring issue where like we can't even get to the point, or we can't even engage them 5 or 6 versus 6 because we keep having people die. And I think that is the problem with the team. It's just that like we're staggered and we're dying. Like the Star-Lord, we don't have a tank. Like this game is over, honestly. We don't even have a tank. Maybe at this point I should have noticed, and then maybe I should have went tank because I only played Cloak and I only played Bucky. And now we're down another person, and here comes Hawkeye. This is continuous stagger that we're like stuck in. All right, 5 seconds on the clock. I mean, we have one of the healers went tank, and we try to get to the point, but honestly, the team really checked out after a bad round 3. I remember this. I wish it showed the text chat on the side, but I remember there being a lot of infighting on the chat where people were complaining, oh, this is a hopeless, we're not going to win, just kind of going at each other's throats and stuff like that. And I remember it being that kind of game, and I just think the team mentally checked out going into that next round, myself included. I think if I would have went tank, if I would have picked Strange, maybe one of the healers would have went second tank. Maybe we could have had another healer, and we could have salvaged the match. But I think it was just a really nasty case of the staggers. I like that. Just constantly one person dying, and then before the team can reshape and get its footing, another person dies. Just a continuous barrage of one person dying over. We never got wiped out. Not once did we all get wiped out. It was a consistent 2 people dying, and the team was good enough to last for a while, 4 versus 6, but then, or 5 versus 6, but eventually somebody would falter, make a mistake and die, or just, you know, get overwhelmed, and it was just staggers. I feel like the only thing I could have learned as a healer from that was if try to be as far back as possible, like, because the Hella, she died at one point because she was behind me, and I think that made things a bit worse. I think if I had played back to where, like, I'm behind her or she's in my peripheral, you know, I think that could have helped out a lot. And then my ults, when I went like in a straight line and I tried to make my way back, but then I made the crazy mistake of going dagger, and I realized, like, oh, I shouldn't have did that, and tried to hurry up and switch back and fade, and I died. That also hurt the team, but we were already down a Penny and an Iron Fist at that point, so it was 4v6 again. So I mean, I feel like at that point it didn't matter, but you know, you still want to play as perfect as you can. Yeah, I think staggering really hurt us this game, and that's really all there is to it. I feel like I learned a couple of things, but hopefully y'all learned something. I try to keep it short and not do a breakdown play-by-play of every single thing in the game, and try to focus more so on what I could be doing. And I think those key takeaways are just play back a little bit, make sure you can see everyone on your team, and then make sure when you try to ult from behind your team into the enemy's back line, and that way your team can walk forward with you, because I did it in front of the team, and when I started they had kind of scooted back a little bit, so it means they have to walk forward into the ult versus just getting it automatically. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, hit that sub button for me, it's greatly appreciated. Like the video, comment if you have time. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this series or not, learning from losing. Y'all stay safe, and peace out, guys.